operator. Smooth, most smooth, saying power, big guns, back out.
Right back there, Smooth Operator. Oh, yeah, you was in my little playback, too, there, Smooth Operator. But Bad Whiskey was in there, too. But that time around, my friend Whiskey 3 around the Carolinas, around the racetrack of South Carolina, came in there and took my radio, man. Hey, good evening to you there, Whiskey 3. What's been going on, man? It's been pretty quiet over the weekend, huh?
Well, I've been at the hospital with my wife for about 4 or 5 days. They kept in there trying to figure out what was going on with her. They finally figured it out. The electrical pulses in her heart, the top and the bottom wasn't coordinating together, and her heart rate dropped down to 3, and she passed out. They finally figured it out, and they wound up, Friday they put a pacemaker in, and then I got to bring her home Saturday afternoon.
Oh, 10 Roger on that. Well, I'm glad they figured it out there, Whiskey 3. Holy moly. Man, that's some scary stuff on that end. Whiskey 3, that's some scary stuff on that end. I'm glad they figured her out, and they helped her with her heart there, 410.
Hey, Rodney, that's why I ain't been out here on radio. I just now slipped out just to see if there was any skip. And I didn't really hear anything all, but when it come up to where when the tubes warmed up, all I heard was you come up in my radio. I think you were talking to 8 then. I had let everything get warmed up, and I thought I was going to see if I could try to get in your radio, man, before I go back in. I can't leave her too long. Anything she needs done, I have to go. She can't get up because of the vertebrae. I have to help her up and help her to the bathroom, and basically I'm just stuck there in there with her unless my son comes over, my daughter-in-law kind of helped me out a little bit, but they was up here Sunday, but I probably won't see them again till the weekend, so she'll have to get a whole lot better before I get out here to talk any.
Well, I hope she gets better, Whiskey 3. I'm really praying for you. You didn't miss nothing on the radio, though, over the weekend. You got your family all together, and you got everything all figured out on that end, which is a good thing, but you didn't miss nothing on the radio, man. There wasn't nothing on the radio. They had a big old solar storm, man. They had these big, giant solar flares that hit the earth. They had northern lights. I don't know if you guys saw it. Well, probably because you were at the hospital, so you probably didn't get to look outside at 11 o'clock at night, but yeah, they had the Aurora Borealis, man. They had some big old solar flares that hit the earth on Friday and Saturday. So it was just quiet all weekend long. So you didn't miss nothing there. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad that your sweet thing is getting better on that end, and hopefully she'll be able to get better so she can do a lot of this stuff on her own. My friend out there in Missouri, Wild Child, he's doing the same thing. He's been doing it for about 2 years.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, she's had something going on since 2019, man. I've been taking care of her about 7 years now. But this right here is just one of the things they've been trying to figure out, and they finally caught it in the hospital while she was having the episode, while they had her wired up. And they finally figured out where it was coming from, so hopefully this right here is going to straighten her out.
Oh, so you've had some issues there where it has happened before, then you go there and then they don't know what's wrong. They check everything out and they can't figure it out. You've probably been there a bunch of times, but finally you went there and it actually happened while you were there.
So they go check her out, say everything was fine, wasn't nothing wrong, send us home. We get home, should have another episode. You carry back up there, they say, oh, there ain't nothing, everything's checking out good. I mean, I don't know how many times that happened, but when we was up there, they wired her up and said, there's nothing wrong, it's okay. As soon as they got all the wires off of her, I said, well, right there it is. I said, it's happening right now while she's sitting down. And the nurses said, oh my God, and then, they tried to get it hooked up, but by the time they hooked it back up, it quit again. So they moved her into the hospital and put a heart monitor on her that monitored her 24 hours a day, and they had it on there, and then the next day, three of them sitting in the room, and all of a sudden, three nurses come running in there, and started hooking her up on machines and stuff. But they had it recorded on the other one. She had her heart rate drop to 20, and then that's when they got the neurologists in there, the heart doctors, and they thought it was having mini strokes or seizures. But then once they looked at the one that they took from when it was happening, and they put it together and come up and said it was her heart, that the electrical part, the top and the bottom side of her heart wasn't communicating, and that's when she would have that episodes. She thought she was having anxiety attacks.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good you got it all, that she got it all together. How long did it take them to put the pacemaker in?
It was an hour and a half what the surgery was. It took them an hour and a half, and then she stayed in there that day, that night, and then the next afternoon, about 5 or 6 o'clock, they released us and let me bring her home.
Well, now it's going to get better. As now that her heart's better, she'll be able to actually do stuff a little more. So another couple weeks, she'll be a little more. She'll be able to do stuff better. As it's the first couple days that actually all this stuff been working right.
Yeah, the doctor said she'll be feeling a whole lot better in about 2 weeks. He said that's going to take time, as they can't do nothing with the fractured vertebrae. They're just going to have to hit on that. He said she's just going to have to deal with the pain on that. But she can't hardly get up and down with them things. They hurt her so bad. So they give a brace, but the brace don't really seem like it helps neither.
What's with the fractured vertebrae? Did she fall down and crash and then broke them?
Yeah, she fell out. She was at the back of her chair, and I was in there washing dishes. I finished washing the dishes, and I bent down to get a dish towel out of the drawer. And I bent down to pick it up, and I seen something out the corner of my eye, and it was her coming back. She just fell straight back and hit on her butt and hit her head, and I ran in there and picked her up. She was still out for about maybe a little over 30 seconds.
Oh man, hopefully hopefully those get better, and they're just maybe cracked and not broken, and not the disc part, because I got some broken discs on my lower back, and they're not even, I mean, all the stuff's pulled out of them. The back doctor pulled the stuff out of them, but maybe her disc, if her disc didn't break, maybe she just got some cracked bones in there, and she just gotta wait for a little while until they get better.
Yeah, she's gonna have to be taking it easy. That doctor said if it wasn't for that, she'd probably be outside cutting grass and weed eating. He said you ain't gonna believe the difference of how she's gonna feel since everything's working like it's supposed to now.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, that's real good news, Whiskey 3. Man, that's the best news I've heard all week. So, yeah, she just got to wait out the vertebrae cracks. It takes a while for the big and cracked bones to get better, especially when you're a little older,
Yeah, she'll be 75 August the 22nd. And, I don't know, she's tough, but man, she went through that wreck in 2018. It broke every big bone in her body. And crushed her knees. They had to do a total knee replacement on her left leg. Her right knee, it broke it and crushed her right ankle. Broke all her ribs. Tore the bones loose on her forearm, on her left arm, right arm. It broke the bone up top at your muscle, and that came through, and the femur bone broke, and it come through, poking out. She was messed up pretty bad. She was in the trauma unit for 40 days when that happened.
Holy moly, wow, that's a bad accident there. 40 days, man. When I was 15, I got in a car accident. Funny thing is, a Suburban ran into a guy we were driving with. I wasn't driving, I was passenger. And, when you're 16 years old, you don't really know how to drive. He pulled right out front. He didn't know, the time correction pulling out in front of a car. He pulled out in front of a car, and the truck just, he didn't have nowhere to go but hit us. And it punctured my lung and cracked all my ribs, and it broke my elbow in like 50 places, and they had to put all that together like Rice Krispies. But I was only in intensive care for 7 days. You were talking, man, she was in there 40 days.
Yeah, that doctor said he ain't really ever seen anybody with all the bones broke. He said, I can tell you faster what she didn't break than what she did break, he said, but he said, that's one tough woman there. Said he had never seen, he said, first 3 days I didn't think she was going to live because they couldn't stabilize her. Her blood pressure went up over 200, and it took them 3 days, and they finally got it to stabilize, and after that, then they started doing surgery on everything that she busted up.
Wow, well, that's really good that she recovered from that. Wow, that's really good news that she recovered from that, and now she's recovering from this. And sadly, she fell back from the chair and broke that. But it'll get better. You know, I had an ironworker buddy that was in the military, and he jumped out the helicopter, and I guess the ropes or something broke, and he just hit the floor. He just hit the ground, and he broke like your wife. He broke every bone in his body and had to have a cast all the way around and everything. He recovered from it. And that happened when he was like 30-something. And when I was an iron worker with him, that's when he was like 50-something. So he recovered from that. And he broke like what you said. He broke every bone in his body. He had his whole body was in a cast.
I don't know, man. It's like Lord keeping her around for something, man. She's she had a pretty bad wreck, and like you said on the cast, he had a cast around her. I mean, cause she's like a mummy. What she was there until everything started healing up. But yeah, I thought I'd had I think I wound up with 7 screws and 2 rods in my back and 3 plates in my neck. But man, the doctor done, man. I ain't ever since they done that. I ain't had a lick of trouble. My back don't hurt, neck don't hurt. I just lost movement in my neck. Other than that, it don't bother me at all. I'm just hoping that all this stuff she's going through now, the vertebrae, I hope they heal. It don't take forever to heal, but I got to take her to a specialist one day next week. Matter of fact, I got to call him back. He might tell me to come on in earlier. He told me to call back, so hopefully that's gonna work out. Hey, Fireball, if my lips ain't got cut off or somebody else talking to you, man, I'll catch you later, man. I'm gonna run back in the house and check on her. I done been out here longer than what I want to stay, so I'll catch you later. Fireball, Whiskey 3 on this racetrack in North Carolina. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Oh, man, you've had that mauled down for the last 13 minutes, man. Man, there ain't nobody cutting your radio off. All right there, Whiskey 3, go check on her, man. And make sure she's all right, man. My prayers are for your family and for everything going on. And hopefully, you got to go to the right doctor and check them vertebrates out, and then they can look at the cracks and make sure the disc ain't broke. I mean, if you ain't got broken discs, she'll be all right. She just got those cracks in the bone that gotta get better on that end there, 410.
Hey, Roger. All right, man, you sounding good down here around this racetrack in this Charlotte, North Carolina, Fireball. I mean, you got the hammer down. You always a badass when I'm talking to you, man. You got the hammer down. Ain't nothing buzzing or nothing. I mean, it's just all Fireball up in my radio. Hey, Fireball, you have a good night. You stay safe, man. I'll catch you a little bit later. Hey, Fireball, Whiskey stepping, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right, dear Whiskey. Take care. Well, thanks for all the flowers on that end, man. Yeah, actually, I was talking to my friend in Florida, my friend Jimmy Swagger. He's going to meet me up at the Texas break. He's going to take this GS35B home, and he's going to trade me his Ford 1000 box that does about 10 times the watts that this thing does. We're going to trade up for the next year or so. And then the next time we go to a break, we're going to trade back. Anyway, I just had a phone call on that end. The guy who sold me his house just tried to call me, so I'll let you go back with your wife. My prayers are out to you there, Whiskey 3, and we'll catch you come later. Your friend Fireball is waving.
Hey, Fireball, when you get them Ford S-1000, man, hey, you will be kicking ass. You kicking ass now. You won't want to give them back. Fireball, I'll catch you later, man. You have a good night. Stay safe. Fireball, I'm gone now. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Smooth, smooth, more smooth, Sam Brown, big guns back out.